Hello students, welcome back. Today in this video we are going to learn different theorems, and first we'll learn about the angle subtended by an arc of a circle. In our previous video we have learned angle subtended by a chord of a circle. Here we'll learn about the angle subtended by an arc. Okay, now I'll read out at first this one, what it is exactly saying. If two chords of a circle are equal, then their corresponding arcs are congruent, and conversely, if two arcs are congruent, then their corresponding chords are equal. That means if you take two circles, or you can take two chords, we will consider two circles here. We'll consider two chords in a circle. Okay, now here this CD and if this CD and AB are equal, then you can see this arc from here to here. Okay, from here to here is the CD arc, and from here to here is the arc AB. These two arcs are also congruent. If two chords are equal, then their corresponding arcs are also equal. Conversely, if say this arc, this CD arc and this AB arc is given to be equal or congruent, then you can say that these two chords are also equal. Okay, so equal chords have two equal chords have the corresponding arcs of two equal chords are also equal, and vice versa. Now, okay, when we say about the angle subtended by a chord, it was like this. PQ was the chord and this is the angle here. Now same way for the arc here PQ, it will remain the same. This POQ will be the angle subtended by this PQ arc at the center of the circle. Okay, you can say congruent arcs or equal arcs of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. Same, two equal chords subtend equal angles at the center. Same way, congruent arcs or equal arcs of a circle subtend equal angles at the center. Now we'll head on to the first theorem here from this part, that is theorem 10.8. now what it states, that the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by it at any point on the remaining part of the circle. So that means if you take a circle and say this is an AB arc AB from here to here. Okay, 2 points, say A and P. It subtends an angle. If it is O, then AOB. Okay, so this angle subtended by the arc AB will be double. Okay, that means twice, 2 times. If another arc, if we'll draw and the same arc we'll take, and then we join, we'll take another point on the circle. Okay, and the angle created here, if you see, the two angles are, one angle is here at the center, and the AOB is the angle at the center subtended by this arc AB, and ACB is the angle subtended by this arc at the point C on the circle. Then this AOB, that means this angle AOB is twice, that means double of the angle ACB. Okay, double, that means 2 times. That means angle at the center is always greater or larger. See, it is given here. See, so this angle is double this PAQ. Okay, again if you see here, this is also a chord, this is also an arc. Okay, so this, but here you can see POQ is the diameter of the circle. Okay, but instead we can at first let us see this angle is double this angle. Now if PQ is the diameter of the circle, now yes, you can see PQ is the diameter of the circle, and when it is diameter, that means the angle POQ is 180 degree. Then this angle will be half. That means this angle will be 90 degree. That means that is why we get that angle in the semicircle. Okay, this is the angle. This is a triangle, and this angle is the angle at the semicircle is always a right angle. So angle at the semicircle is a right angle. Now if you look at here, now here there are two arcs. Okay, this PAQ and this PQ. Okay, now here we are considering this PQ arc. Okay, this one. Now this, it is the major arc. Now the angle will be this one. So same way, this is twice the angle PAQ. POQ is twice the angle, twice of the angle PAQ. So the angle subtended by an arc at the center is double the angle subtended by that arc at any point on the remaining part of the circle. Okay, so yeah, they are proving it. We'll check this all. So they have considered, you have to write like this, considered three different cases where PQ is the minor arc, PQ is arc is a semicircle, and PQ is the major arc. Okay, there are three cases. Here PQ is the minor, here PQ is the semicircle, and PQ is the major arc. Now for whatever it is, in all the cases, if you see, this BOQ is equal to OAQ and AQO. This BOQ, if you see BOQ, this BOQ, whatever it is, every time if you take this BOQ, this is always equal to OAQ plus AQO. That means exterior angle. Now for this, what we have to do, we have to, for construction, we have to join this AO and extending it to a point B. So if you see, they have joined AO and extended it to B. Okay, through dotted lines. Now if you see, for this triangle, these are triangles created. For these all triangles, that means AOQ, this is the exterior angle. If you see, these are the exterior angle. Okay, if I remove this one, you see, for all these triangles, this is the exterior angle, and the triangle we have taken is AOQ. For this triangle AOQ, this one, for all AOQ, this BOQ is the exterior angle, and that is, now we know that an exterior angle is equal to the sum of the two interior opposite angles. Okay, then also in OAQ, OA is equal to OQ, radii of the same circle, radii of the circle. OA equal to OQ. Now if you see, this OA and this OQ are equal. Okay, for all OA and OQ are equal. OA OQ, OA OQ, OA OQ. They are radius of the circle. Now when two angles are equal, this OAQ and OQA are equal. OAQ and OAQ and OQA are equal because these two sides are equal. When the sides are equal, we know two sides are equal, that means it is an isosceles triangle, and equal sides, then their two angles are also equal. Okay, so it is an isosceles triangle. Okay, we know if two sides are equal, then their sides opposite to angles opposite to equal sides are equal. Okay, like this. This one, if we take ABC as a triangle, if AB is equal to AC, this AB is equal to AC, then angles opposite to equal sides are also equal. So that means for AB angle C and for AC angle B. So angle C is equal to angle B. So this is what it is done here. Okay, now so as OAQ and OQA are equal, so what will happen, these two are equal, so we'll have this BOQ, we can write double of this OAQ, or we can write double of AQO. What we have taken here, we have taken BOQ, this BOQ angle is equal to double of OAQ, and similarly we can show that BOP is equal to the double of OAP. Now same, see, this will be again the exterior angle of this triangle. Okay, so similarly this angle we can show, this angle, for this angle also we can show. Yes, so BOQ is equal to this and BOP is equal to this. Then they have added this two, but they got twice of OAP equal to twice of OAP plus twice of OAQ. This BOP and BOQ will give us POQ, and this OAP and OAQ give us PAQ. OAP and OAQ, this OAP and OAQ, this together will give us PAQ, and this BOP and BOQ together will give us this angle. So that means what we are getting entirely, we are getting this one and this angle. So we have written from the figure this is equal to this. For the case 3, it is the same thing, we just have to replace it. Instead of this POQ, we have to write this reflex angle. Why reflex angle? Now if you look at here, this POQ is greater than 180. Okay, so when you say POQ, we generally take this angle actually. So that is why in order to not get confused, we have to write this one as, this angle as reflex angle. We have to include the word reflex angle, POQ. Okay, if it is greater than 180, we have to write reflex angle. Okay, so this way we can prove the theorem. Then next one, angles in the same segment of a circle are equal. Yes, of course they will be equal. Why? This one, if you take say 2 points, this A, if you take 2 points, this A and this C, This is easier to prove, and this is the angle at the center. Now from this we can write this POQ is equal to twice of PAQ and twice of PCQ. Yes, this, so this POQ is, according to this theorem, the previous theorem 10.8, POQ is twice of PAQ and POQ is twice of PCQ. So that means what we can say, so if you don't take this, you will get twice of PCQ is equal to twice of PAQ. Twice cancel, what you will have? You will have PCQ is equal to PAQ. So PCQ and PCQ and PAQ are equal. That means angle in the same segment are equal. Same segment of a circle are equal. But remember, it should be for the same arc. Both these angles are for the same arc PQ. It should not be for another arc. Okay, it should be for the same arc. You can prove it that way. Okay, likewise I told you that if angle at the semicircle or angle in a semicircle is a right angle, yes, of course. Now if you take this as PQ chord, PQ, and it passes through the center O, then this will be a line that is 180 degree. And if you take another angle, say A as a point on the circle, then this angle will be half of this angle POQ. That means this POQ is double the angle PAQ. Yes, and POQ we know it is 180 degree. Yes, it is written here, this POQ. So if you transpose this, POQ will become, PAQ will become half of angle POQ, and POQ is 180. So half of angle 180 is what? It will be 90 degree. So PCQ will be 90 degree. So angle at the semicircle, is a right angle. Okay, this is PQ. Okay, and there will be C, then this will be a right angle if PQ passes through the center. That means PQ is the diameter, and this angle will be 90 degree. Then if a line segment joining 2 points subtends equal angle at 2 points on the same side of the circle containing the line segment, then the 4 points lie on a circle. That means they are concyclic. Concyclic means the points lie on the circle. Now what it says, if you draw, say if you take 2 points, say A and C, and if you draw like this, say this is AB, okay, and this, so this is D. Now if you draw this AC as a line segment, and these two angles, okay, equal angles at any 2 points. That means on the same side of the line, we have taken the above part of the line. So on the same side of the line, if you have two angles subtended by this two equal angles, these two subtended by this line segment AC, if they are equal, then by this theorem, these points A, B, C, D are concyclic. That means you through this, you can draw a circle. That means these points will lie on the circle. Okay, so here they have drawn this one. Check this one how they have done. Okay, try to do. It is given there like an activity. Okay, you try to do this one. Although they have drawn a circle, you can without drawing a circle also you can do, or you can even take a circle, draw a circle this way. Okay, you can draw a circle, then you can take these points AB and this angle and this D angle equal, and you can take another 2 points. Okay, this E and E dash. So what they have done, you can see AB is a line segment which subtends equal angle at the points C and D, that is ACB is equal to ADB. They have given this one. Okay, to show these points A, B, C, D are lie on the same circle. So what they have done, they have let us draw a circle through this point ACB. So through these 3 points they have already drawn a circle through ACB. You can draw the circle at first and then take these points ACB, and then later on you can draw this D. Suppose it does not pass through D. You have at first considered that it does not pass through D, then it will intersect AD or extended AD at the point say E or E dash. Okay, so we are not considering D to be there. Okay, so if this E dash is extended, so it will cut that one, intersect at say E or E dash. Now if it doesn't pass through this point D, then obviously it will intersect at these 2 points E or E dash. Okay, now if these points, by theorem, that means if these points lie on the circle, so ACB will be equal to AEB, this ACB will be equal to AEB, but we are given this ACB is equal to ADB. We have already given this one, so therefore we can say this AEB and ADB are equal. This AEB and this ADB are equal, and we know this is not possible. Okay, we cannot have the same angle, okay, within a line. So if you take this A and B, if you draw from the, if you join from the same point, okay, you will not have the same angle. So if you draw from there, you look at here, they are connected, this E and B are connected. Okay, this AEB and this ADB, E and D are on the same straight line, and they are connected to this A and B. So obviously we cannot have this AEB equal to ADB. That is why it is only possible if E coincides with D. Same way, it is not possible to get A E dash B and A DB equal. So similarly we can show that E dash should also coincide with D. So that means D will be a point on the circle. So this is true. Okay, so at first what we have to take, we have to take this as a given thing, and then we have to assume that D does not lie on the circle, and we will take D, this E and E dash lie on the circle. Then we will show that this E, E dash and D should be the same point. That means D will lie on the circle. So it will be proved. Then we have cyclic quadrilaterals. Okay, cyclic quadrilaterals, that means a quadrilateral whose all the points, that means all the vertices, 4 vertices lie on the circle, is a cyclic quadrilateral. You can see A, B, C, D, all these points lie on the circle, so it is a cyclic quadrilateral, all the vertices. Okay, so you have to remember that in a cyclic quadrilateral, the opposite pair of angles of a cyclic quadrilateral is 180 degree, and the converse, if you can show that the opposite angles of a quadrilateral is 180, then the quadrilateral is cyclic. What does it mean? The opposite angles are this angle and this angle are opposite, and this angle and this angle are opposite, so the sum of these two angles and the sum of these two angles are always supplementary. That means 180 degree. The sum of the opposite angles is 180 degree in case of cyclic quadrilaterals. And in conversely, now if you draw a quadrilateral, okay, say PQRS, and if you can show that the opposite angles are supplementary, or are the sum PNR and angle S and angle Q, they are all equal to 180 degree, then we can say this PQRS is a cyclic quadrilateral. That means we can draw a circle through it. Okay, it's not a circle, but that is what it is proved here, that is what it is said here. Okay, so this is what it is given here. Then we'll head on to the exercise. Okay, go through all the theorems, and we'll head on to the exercise in the next class. Okay, thank you.